Hello and welcome to the Noonchi Podcast. Welcome back. It's Daniel.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, we're back in
Yeah,
Zoom mode. Even though Bobby is in Korea,
yeah.
I am suffering from a 2 day, 3 day gout flare up.
hmm
I'm getting better, but you know, just to be on the safe side, I wanted to get off of it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I didn't really drink or go crazy on the weekend. So like, I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
I got the flare up.
You didn't get the
It's kind of
booster either, right?
did not. Little backstory. I was supposed to get the booster. I was supposed to get the booster tomorrow, which is a Wednesday,
hmm
right? But then I get a text message saying, "Hey, someone at the facility that you're supposed to get the booster shot at got COVID.
Oh,
So we are going to cancel your booster shot." And I said, "Oh, awesome." So, like when you schedule it,
okay.
it's not like you schedule it the day of, you have to schedule it like a week out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, meaning that I lost a week
Okay.
of scheduling. So that kind of uh, put a damper in my trying to fucking fight COVID,
But
you
also,
know.
as you learned last time that those booster shot or the what do you call it? The shots they flare up your gout, right?
It's
Uh,
possible.
yeah, it's one of the possibilities, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it'll really suck if I'm supposedly getting it on Monday now.
okay.
It'll suck if my gout flare up gets better
hmm
and then I get the shot and then round 2 comes and I'd be like, "Man, that's some bullshit." Like,
yeah,
the you know what I mean? Like, cuz I don't have an elevator at my place. So, if I have to throw out the
that's right.
trash,
Yeah,
I'd have to go down these stairs, and I mean, going down the stairs hurts more apparently, or not apparently,
it
from
does.
my experience. But so, Bob, how is it back? How does it feel being out of quarantine and supposedly in back to normal?
I don't know. It feels the same. Like I don't. It's nice to be able to come to the office.
Mm,
I haven't been here for a month,
mm,
essentially, and so I just felt kind of useless working from home.
mm.
There's a lot of stuff we had to do in the studio. A lot of people had to cover for me, so it's nice to be back and being able to be useful again. Um,
So before you left, we talked about, like, you don't want things to go off the rails, but you
yeah.
want to be missed so that people know that
Mhm.
that what you do is very important and
Yeah.
necessary.
Uh-huh.
So since you're back, what are your feelings? What was the aftermath? Did you go, man? Things went kind of almost too good, or there were some things that got fucked up, and you were like, "See, that's why you need me, motherfuckers." Like, what was the attitude?
No, it went pretty smoothly. I would say I'm very proud of our team, and you know, um, I don't think they need me. But no, I mean, like, there's a certain amount of like organization that I realize it doesn't matter if I'm present or not, like in body. Like I think yeah, like I learned a lot about myself and my position at work. Um, being stuck in basically quarantine and not being able to physically come to the office, I realized that I'm essential to
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So that's good.
It's
Yeah,
it's good to feel needed, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So oh, I put these on earlier just to make you feel weird, but I in LA, I brought back glasses. My brother gave me glasses because I need to start wearing glasses. My eyes have gone really bad in the last year. So
Are
he put
those
these on, yeah.
prescribed?
They're not yet. I need to get them prescribed.
Those are easy,
So,
dude. Like, just go to any optometrist.
mhm.
Like, it'll take maybe an hour to do like the test, and then they'll, depending on how bad your eyes are. I mean, if you got like crazy bad eyes, then
Yeah.
it'll take you more than a day. But usually within a few hours, you get new glasses.
I heard, and it's much cheaper here, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you should have gotten a few more frames.
I did. My brother, gave me a bunch. For those of you that don't know, like my brother has his own eyewear company, so he gave me some really nice frames. They're actually like worth $500. So
Boom.
he hooked me up, and then I brought like a few more, an additional few pairs back to
Mm.
give as gifts to family,
Mm.
and he gave me sunglasses as well. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta get used to wearing glasses and protecting
So,
my eyes.
I mean, obviously, you don't really go running anymore, but
Yeah, I've been doing yoga though every day. Like, we talked about this
yoga.
last week. Yeah, I've been doing yoga through Peloton, and it's been really beneficial. Like in quarantine, it was like it saved me because I was just basically eating and not burning any calories.
Mm.
And so every day I did my yoga and cardio, and it got to a place where in the beginning my body was super sore because I'm using these muscles I'd never imagined. I'm really not fit for yoga. Like there's so many stretching poses. Like I didn't know the body is supposed to stretch that way. So my body's like constantly sore. It's been constantly sore for the past couple of weeks, but that's a good feeling. You work out, right? You feel like that means there's progress in your muscles, right? So
My question to you is, after, let's say, 10 plus days of yoga,
mhm.
right? Can you shoot fire out of your mouth?
It's stupid. Yoga flame.
um, that's
Oh,
awesome. I've skipped 2 days of working out, and I'm looking at myself in the monitor,
man.
and I could definitely tell that my face got fatter.
Maybe you're really close to the computer. Maybe that's it.
I don't think so. It doesn't.
My
Yeah,
frame,
I,
the same. So,
I know, dude. What the fuck? Um,
oh man, so how did it go over the weekend? You guys did shows. You're still doing shows, right? It's not
yeah,
nothing's changed, right?
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the government extended the curfew or restrictions
Mhm. 3 more weeks.
to 3 more weeks. The end of Salal, probably,
Yeah,
right?
after Solar, yeah. So
Right.
you're worried about
A-
that.
And so,
Mhm.
I've been kind of working on a joke that saying that COVID is, the whole world has dealt with COVID for over 2.5 years now.
Mhm.
And because of the government, we've learned a lot about COVID. Like this dude, COVID only works after 9 p.m. apparently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's the late shift, the night shift, the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Think how fucking tired, if COVID was a person, how tired COVID would be. You know what I mean? And like shit like that. Like
Okay.
we don't know the religion of COVID, but definitely not Buddhist. Somewhere in the Christian Catholic side, right? And maybe the side B side, and just kind of like being sarcastic about how these restrictions are kind of bullshit, really, because I go, you want us, so no more than 6 people can sit together at a restaurant,
Mhm.
right? But a packed subway is okay,
Hmm.
right? And a packed bus is okay. And I'm like, all right, guys, like let's think about why you know why you guys are doing it. Just because if they took away the public transportation, then there'd be a goddamn riot,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So
I've been like, so I had to get on the train yesterday at 6:30 because I
yeah,
had a dinner meeting, and I brought back these N95 masks from my brother's hospital. He gave
yeah,
me a whole bunch, and I've been doubling up on masks when I get onto the bus and train because it's just like too packed. It makes me nervous, and um, well, more so because I just want to play it safe until the baby's born,
right,
number two, and so we have another maybe 6 weeks till the baby's born. So I've been like a little bit more cautious.
right.
Um, I've been staggering the times that I come in and I leave the office as well if I need to be here, where I know it's going to be less crowded on the bus. I don't know if that helps really, but like peace of mind, I guess. Just
Part of me at this point, I mean, not in Korea, but it's especially in the U.S. Like how like the U.S. is getting like 1 million cases a day. You know,
mhm.
it's kind of like trying to block yourself from trying to not get wet from the rain by
Mhm.
doing this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like people are gonna get it. Like
Yeah.
so many people are getting it now. Like I'm at a point where I know from your point of view, like you have a baby on the way, so you got to be extra careful, and you live with elderly people, so you need to be extra careful.
Yeah.
But
It's just
yeah,
another thing we don't want to deal with at this
yeah,
at
yeah,
this time because there's just so much we have to do to prepare to have this next kid, and then when she's born, then I got to do all this other stuff. I gotta get her a passport, social security number, all this stuff. And then to put on top of that, like this, having to deal with this stuff. I don't want that to happen. It can happen
you
down
know,
the line, but maybe right
you
now.
know what I realized? I want to be rich enough so that some of these errands can be taken care of by someone else.
I feel you. I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's one reason why. Well, there's two reasons why I don't want to move from my shitty apartment. Is because one, I'm too lazy
Hmm.
to go look for a new place, and two, and even if I do find a place I like at the price I like it,
Hmm.
it requires me to go to the immigration office
And to
to
change your office
my
address.
address and
Yeah.
shit like that. I don't want to do that. Like
Yeah. Yeah. It is a pain.
that's it's just extra work that I don't want to do. And so I feel like either I somehow something happens where I make a shit ton of money and I buy a place,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I might just take it here for a while.
Or you just like, oh yeah. I guess you could always keep that place as your mailing address
Hmm.
and just get another place. Just-
Oh, so you want me to
It'd be super.
you want me to super not baller? You know what I mean? I'm renting two places out, but yeah, dude, man, like this this y- uh, like I do have some ownership of the club, and clearly these restrictions are putting a hamper to the revenue.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a part of me is thinking, what, fuck it, like we'll just have to power through. I mean,
Mhm,
we're still kind of a work in progress as a scene and as a club, so
mhm.
you know I'm not overtly like crazy tripping, but obviously we always wish it would be better.
Yeah.
Um, Yesterday, I was asked to do some voiceover, and I rarely do voiceover, right? Like, but a lot of people have commented that I have a pretty good voice for voiceover work,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so
I
so
like that.
I did it. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't think it's really fun by any means,
Uh-huh.
but maybe it was because of the person who I did the voiceover for. but I was like, yo, I got paid in 1 hour what the average Korean makes in a month.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey man, uh, I'm here once a week, once a month, maybe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So that was some cool shit.
Throw one or two my way too. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was like a very, like, how do you say, like a last minute thing.
Mhm.
Like they called me and they're like, hey, can you come to the studio right now and record? And I'm like, bro, it's like 7 o'clock. He was like, yeah, like we're kind of in a hurry. I was like, all right. So I went. I didn't even ask
What-
how much they were gonna pay me. I just went because I knew them
Uh-huh.
and I did it. And then they told me how much they were gonna pay me. And I was like,
Was
all
that
right.
the last minute? Was that the last minute fee or the normal, pay for what you did?
I don't think it's the normal.
Okay.
Like, as I've seen like commercial voiceover rates. That's the thing about people who speak English in this country, in Korea. One way, and I know many people or a handful of people that make a living by basically reading like kids' books, doing voiceover work, like,
Yeah.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
The thing is, like in Korea, though, it's different where it's just the one lump sum payment, right? They pay you up front and that's it, right? There's no royalty,
So there's no royalty. Yeah,
right? So,
yeah. It's just a fee. What do you call it? Yeah, a buyout. That's what they call it, right?
a buy-
And so I, you know, but I was like suffering from gout, right? And yesterday was like it's snowing like crazy, and yesterday my foot hurt like crazy.
Mhm.
So it was the studio was in Hapjeong, which is pretty close from my house,
Yeah.
but I cabbed it there and back, not even knowing how much it was gonna be. But I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
cab it. And then when they told me how much, I was like, all right, cool. I almost called a black because I couldn't catch one yesterday going
Oh,
back.
man,
But
is it still hard to catch taxis these days?
from my experience, it is not. And Kakao Taxi is better than ever in terms of getting taxis. So I think
Okay.
I think for a month or so, like people were like tripping, But then I don't know what happened, but I've been catching through Kakao Taxi and I've never failed.
Okay,
So
that's good to hear.
yeah. But
That was one thing. Like when I went to go see the show at Seoul Comedy Club, I could not catch. Nobody could catch a taxi. There were some
Right,
people
right.
that stayed at a hotel that night. I heard that were at that show because they couldn't get home. I remember taking that just late night bus. It was sardines. It was crazy, and it almost made me like not want to go visit you again. But no, I need a yeah. There's no problem with taxis now after hours, like I'll be there this week. Jeez.
Hey, I'm speaking of voiceover. Why didn't you ever like try to do voiceover gigs?
I did.
You-
As soon as I got to Korea, I was asked
uh,
to audition for one of our one of our
yeah.
friends out here that has a voiceover company. And so I went, I think Linus, a couple other people, we all went together and we all went into the booth, read the same things. And, I never heard back from them. And I didn't hear from anyone else, but I had heard that, somewhere down, like maybe a year later, I was talking to Linus and he was talking about the voiceovers he was doing. I was like, oh, you're doing voiceovers? He's like, yeah, I got hired from that. And I was like, oh, so they totally just passed on me. But I don't have a good voice for that kind of stuff. I'm also like, yeah. No one wants to hear this voice like read a children's book or like
You know what, Bob? I think your voice. Like I was thinking about it. Like now that I've been in this country for a little over 4 years, I was like, what voiceover gig or where my voice would be that I would be proud of. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like a cartoon or like those like global Samsung ads where it's like,
Yeah.
it's as some fucking shitty ass copy or whatever.
Yeah.
What I don't want to say my goal is, but what I think would be kind of fun and cool is if we were the voices of the subway stops and bus stops.
Actually, every time on the bus, I've been wanting to record it, but I could swear like there's this one advertisement that plays all the time on the bus, and it's something about like Yu something Uyu, or not Uyu, but it's like Yu something like it, but it sounds like you. I've been wanting to record it and play it to you because it sounds just like it's in Korean.
Then it's definitely not me,
Yeah.
right? But imagine like, this stop is, okay, again, like I'm from LA, right? So like a lot of times like the news, like what do you call it? The anchors or the reporters that are Latino or of Latin descent, when they're speaking and a Latin word comes out, they pronounce it as if they like properly, right?
Portugal or something.
Yeah, or whatever it is, right? They'd be like, so this is the new crave, birria tacos, right? Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But so, because I live near the Hongdae area, right, and I take a bus or subway, through it, I will always hear this stop is Hong-ik University.
Yeah.
Hong-ik. I was like, no, man, pronounce it right. So that's if it was up to me, I wouldn't Hong-ik nothing, motherfucker. Hong-ik. I would say it right.
The next stop is Dongdaemun. Dongdaemun.
Dongdaemun.
I also noticed, when you're on the bus, at least when they call out in Korean, they tell you what the next stop is, but the stop after that too.
Right.
English, they only tell you the next stop. They don't give you
Right.
so they opt for not giving you a heads up.
You better look at the stream, motherfucker. Yeah. So those like public transportation. I don't know, man. Oh, dude. So supposedly the area near the comedy club is a very historical place.
Yeah, it's like
right?
the old downtown.
Right. I mean, matter of fact,
Original
the building where the comedy club is was supposedly the site for the first movie theater in Korea.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Where they had I don't know what they call them, but it's like the black and white film with the silent film with the narrator that does all the narration.
Doing the narration.
Yeah. And King Kong, blah, 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 blah. Or like whatever it is, right? So that area is like so old that one of the comedians was like, "Hong, you want to eat salongtang?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, whatever." And it turns out that this salongtang jip is older than the nation of Korea itself.
What the hell?
It is 117 years old.
Is it one of those places where the broth has been boiling forever since the beginning, and they just keep adding water to it?
I have no idea, but it's like but apparently it's 117 years old. This place.
That's crazy,
right?
Okay.
So I go there like thinking, look, and I don't think it's just a Korean thing, but particularly in Korea, right?
Is it in a building? Because like, what is it? A hut? Because they didn't have buildings 117 years ago, did they?
It has a roof. It has a very, very not fancy decor. It looks like a hole in the wall spot. A bowl of salongtang over there is $12.
Okay, that's reasonable.
What are you talking about? I wouldn't. I mean, this is not LA, my friend. We will not, or New York. I'm not paying $12 for salongtang, right? Which is just true. broth, like 3 pieces of kogi and some rice and some noodles, right? But there's a thing about like not just Korea, but particularly in Korea, where they when you throw in numbers like 117 years old, right? Established since fucking blah 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 blah, and it starts like 1910 or whatever the number is, right? You start going, oh, this place must be good. So I think
Was it?
it was alright. It was alright.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like there's a place near my house where they go, this was over 50 years of like experience, right? But they just built the restaurant like 6 months ago, right? So I'm like, the lady who's in the back has been doing this for 50 years. Like, no, it's the daughter of the lady. You know what I mean? And I go,
It's kind of a pet peeve of mine also.
Yeah.
Like when you see a restaurant and it says opened in 2020.
yeah.
Established in 2020. It's just like, is it time to put that? Isn't that something you add on later, like 30 years down the line? Then you can put established in 1970. Like
It's like if there was a new McDonald's, like a rival of McDonald's, and just like served over 100 people.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't.
Okay.
McDonald's, like,
Amazing.
do they still have that on there? Like over 1 billion served? Like
I don't know.
they used to keep upping that, and at some point, someone's got to have like a bid on it, like where it just says, just eat one. Like,
We get it. We get it. You guys win. Oh, speaking of burgers, did you hear that Gordon Ramsay's hamburger joint in Korea? Right, I have not been. But so apparently the average burger is about $30.
Yeah.
Right, but there is one burger on there that is $140.
I didn't hear about this. What the hell is in that burger? Gold flakes?
You know what? Like, I've seen some of, like, there's some truffles. There's some, like, what do you call it? The 2+ egg high grade Hanu, patties, whatever it is, right? And other shit in it, right?
It's what do they call it? The flex burger? What the hell? Like,
but my question to you is, how good does a burger have to be for you to be regularly spending $144?
It's gotta be like I would pay $140+ for a burger if it came with a live, like I can go back every week and have another burger. Like it's like a prepaid plan. I don't know, like 140. Like even if it had lobster on it, I could get lobster for cheaper than $100. Like if it had like, I don't give a damn about gold flakes and stuff like that. Like I like to keep my gold like out of my system. Like I don't know, put like some AirPods on the top of that burger, and then I'll buy it. I don't know.
I would
stick a gift card in there for Apple or for Best Buy or something, and then sure, I'll buy it.
I would go and eat it if they gave me $120. I eat it. You know what I mean? Like I'll pay $24 for some Hanu, right? But I don't know, man. Like, apparently, obviously, like since it's new, since Gordon Ramsay's name's attached to it, because of like the idea that they're throwing in like, like the average burger is like $30. Even that itself is like pretty high, right?
Yeah.
And they say that like if you take a girl, or like if you go on a sogeting, right? You should never go to a hamburger place, right? But
because of the
just you use your hands. It's not usually the go-to is like pasta.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
In Korea, apparently, right? But if you go, let's go to Gordon Ramsay's place.
It's acceptable.
I I mean, because you're like, yo, this motherfucker's about to spend $30,
Yeah.
and that's not including soft drinks or whatever the hell they
Oh,
serve over
really?
there.
It's not
Right.
like a burger
It's not a
price
set.
set?
No.
Oh, screw that, man. I don't need a Gordon Ramsay burger. Like, no offense to Gordon Ramsay and but I just I appreciate a burger under $5. Like that's why the price of a burger like adds to also I mean the value of a burger, right? Also is part of the experience and why you rate burgers the way you do, right? That's why In and Out being so affordable and so fresh and good, it you know a Gordon Ramsay burger might be better in quality, but I would prefer In and Out burger over Gordon Ramsay burger because the value is part of the experience for me. Like it's just like I know I'm gonna enjoy it. Um, I'm gonna enjoy both burgers. I might as well pay less to enjoy the one that costs less. You know,
So I mean, it goes into like how much you would be willing to pay for food, right? I mean, obviously, a burger has like I'm gonna say like a burger to me is like if you're going past $15, then it's starting to get pricey
yeah, yeah.
for a
I mean,
burger,
if
right?
someone bought it for me, if they wanted to, I wouldn't not eat it, but I would probably say, hey, if you have the money for $130, can I just have the hundred
140.
bucks?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Can
yeah,
I just have
yeah.
$100? My wife, she's gonna so in Korea they have the chori ones, the nursing homes or nursing homes. They have after your so post um birth, they have it's basically a hotel for the mothers, when they
Right,
get a lot
right.
of help for like a week or two. And it costs money, and I told my wife, the first time she didn't do that. And then so I said, what about the second time? Let's, why don't you go and just, get you know, it'll be a little bit more relaxed for you. You'll get some help. Uh and she was just like, well, can you just give me the money and then I'll not go? I rather just have the money. Just like, you know, it's similar, right?
Mm.
I mean, my money, her money, it's her money. So it's not so it's more like shut your mouth, Bobby. Like you don't get to
Mm.
make those decisions. Um yeah, I don't know. Like Gordon Ramsay, by the way, I've been watching his show on Disney Plus, the Uncharted. He has a show.
Mm.
And it's the total opposite of Hell's Kitchen. He's just super nice and always complimenting, and it's nice to see him in that light also.
Is it? But isn't it more entertaining when he's a dick?
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot to do with his wit too. He's
Mm.
pretty witty. Have you seen his when he replies to tweets? Like people,
Mm.
like they send him photos of their food, and he'll say really just horrendous responses, horrendous responses to it. It's just really funny. He's a witty guy, or his team is. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to pay 140 bucks for a burger. I'd rather spend that 140 bucks at like Lowry's or something, like an experience of like steak or
Okay, so you went to the Lowry's in Korea,
yeah.
right? And I'm sure you went to the one in the US or the ones in Europe. Yeah. Similar?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar. Like it's exactly the same experience. I would say, like you almost feel like you're not in Korea when you're there. It is.
Good.
It was a little annoying though because they kind of rushed through the whole meal. Everything was really fast, and
Mhm.
in the States, I feel like it's almost too slow. But I kind of appreciate staying at the restaurant a long time and like having a long conversation with your friends, you're sharing a bottle of wine, and just kind of, you're paying a lot of money, so you might as well like make, stretch out your time and your experience there. But in Korea, I felt like everything came out too fast. Like as soon as we ordered the meat, the cuts, it came out. I mean, they basically came out with the cart, because it's already pre-cooked, and they just have to cut it up and give it to you.
Right.
But we were barely buttering our bread, and it came out.
Don't they have the salad performance where like
If you get
every
like
time,
Caesar salad, or
yeah, like where they spin the fucking bowl, and I remember the last time, let some dude like throw it above his head and then like put it, on the other side, and I was like, all right, dude, like
yeah, most of
that's
the
cool.
places they do that kind of stuff. I don't think I experienced that here in Korea, but yeah, I know what you're talking. Like when they crack the egg there, they make
Right.
make everything from scratch. And
I saw the menu, and Laurie's in Korea does not have cream spinach. Is that true?
they do have it. Yeah.
Ooh.
I was expecting them not to have it, and they had it. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right.
I was like, when I first heard you say that, I was like, that's disappointing. But I got there, and it was a nice, pleasant surprise that you were right.
Awesome. Awesome. No, I saw the menu and they didn't have it. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is one of the better things on that menu.
Yeah.
I mean, I apologize. I think we're talking about food a little too much. It's because it's almost dinner time.
Hey, did you know? I mentioned this before. Like, I'm circling back to kind of the whole transportation thing. But did you know that the bus stops, the seats are heated? Not all of them, but like at least the ones the bus stops I wait at, the one by work and the one by home, like
the newer buses. Yes.
Yeah, the seats are heated. It's freaking awesome. Like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really like warm. Not the buses, the bus stops.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
do you like? I don't sit down on them.
I do if there's no one else there.
Mm.
But it's nice. It's like warms your butt up, and then. But I didn't know for the longest time. I never sit on those benches because, like, I don't know. I'm not a sitter when it comes to bus stops. But now that I know that they're heated, and I have to wait outside. Yeah, like it's cold out there, man. It's freaking freezing. So
apparently, it's bad for your swimmers.
Oh yeah, well, my wife wants me to get a vasectomy, like ASAP, and so maybe it's like, I'm like, we're done. We're no more kids. So I told her, she's getting a C-section, right? So because she has to, because the first time we had to, and they can tie her tubes, apparently, when she's open. When they open her up. So I was like, why don't you just tie her tubes and we're all set? Like she's like, no, I have to, it's my duty to get a vasectomy. So somewhere down the line, we're going to have an episode of me explaining this whole like vasectomy process.
I'm shooting blanks, baby.
I'm not looking forward to it. But, oh my gosh.
That's, you know what though, like apparently you can undo a vasectomy now.
Yeah. Where I learned that? From The Office. Because Michael Scott has this one scene where he's talking about him dating Jan, his boss, and then she was like, made him get a vasectomy and made him undo the vasectomy and then get it again. And he's just like explaining, do you know how much stress it puts on someone getting multiple vasectomies? Anyway, I love that show. It's such a great show.
Dang. So you're gonna start shooting blanks, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be like, we're another year old now, right? So I'm 45 years old in Korea. I'm gonna be 44 soon. Yeah, I could I'd be fine with not having any more kids.
I
So,
mean, I'm not like, I don't want to go into a deep dive,
uh,
but I'm curious. When you do get a vasectomy,
uh,
uh, does your cum look different?
I don't think so. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the answer to that. So somebody listening right now,
It's like
go ahead and
less.
Google that.
Do you think it's less? What do you call it? Less thick. It's more like milky. Like
I really don't want to have this conversation. Just because,
like like like
I
Malox
don't
is
feel
coming out of your dick.
I don't feel comfortable talking about this for some reason. Oh man.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, well,
Man.
I have been continually dispatching my swimmers onto toilet paper.
Dispatching onto toilet paper?
Yes,
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm just my jack off level is out of control. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Okay. My
Uh,
TMI. TMI. Jeez.
I've told
Man.
you what my theory is. I want to get my, it's like a car, right? Where some people when they reset the odometer, right, you go back to 0 0. Like you fucking do like a porn fast or a jack off fast or whatever. They call it like no fap, whatever month, no fap November or whatever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But my philosophy is instead of doing that and resetting it, I'm gonna get the odometer. It's gonna do one cycle, so it's gonna go 99999, and it's gonna go 0006. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's where I'm at with my perviness, creepiness. One cycle.
All right. Since we're talking about like this kind of I I wanted to bring up the fact that, my wife, I've had this conversation with her for like 10 years, right? But she basically doesn't like bidets, right?
Okay.
She did like I've always wanted to get a bidet,
Mhm.
right? Just like cuz I think it's, uh it's good for you, but I don't know. Um this year she said for my birthday I can get a bidet if I really want it. But part of the reason why she doesn't like it is you have to clean it, the upkeep. It's just
Right.
like you're responsible for keeping it clean. I'm just like, no shit, of course, like literally no shit. But I, of course, yeah, yeah. I'm already anal about like cleanliness in the bathroom anyway. So, but like, I'm really excited that I'm gonna get a bidet like come my birthday time. I guess
Are you gonna get like the? Are you gonna get the heavy duty better than the hotel, like the fancy hotel
seat
bidets where
warmers and stuff.
seat warmer, like what do you call it? The enema function,
The
you know?
drying function, all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I probably would consider it, but really I just want uh I just the one feature if I could only have one extra feature would be, they have they warm up the water so you get warm water. Otherwise it's just cold water like splashing at your yeah. Did you see that clip I sent you about there's this show called um 90 Day Fiance or something like that?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then there's
Yeah.
this Korean guy on it.
Yeah.
And the way I was introduced to the show was my friend sent me um a clip of him explaining to his fiance who's just a white chick, right? What the bidet is like and all that, like how to deal with it. She's never really seen that, she's in a Korean bathroom and she's asking about all the buttons on the bidet, and he's saying all this stuff, and she's like, "You use that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I use it." He's got this really thick fob accent, and he's like, "He's 21st century. My family has clean anus." It's just so funny. I don't know what it's like. It's like, we have very clean anal. But I went on like a sort of a binge on watching clips from that show. It's really funny just watching that guy, but I feel bad. I'm kind of laughing at his accent as well, but just his answers and his interviews, he's just a character. He's so funny. It's not just his accent, like just the things he says. It's just really, really.
But kind of tying everything together, like if I had a choice of a bidet at my house or trying the $144 Gordon Ramsay burger,
Okay.
I think me and you, our answers would differ.
You would rather get the burger than get the bidet?
Mhm.
All right, we'll call this show Burgers and Bidets.
No, because like I told you, like my I popped my bidet cherry fairly recently,
Oh,
and it was
recently. Oh, you
fairly recent,
before? Okay.
and it was amazing. But I realized that what it would do to me would be that I would sit on the toilet a lot longer,
Oh,
and I don't want that.
you would sit on it longer.
Yes,
Why?
because I enjoyed the feeling of water shooting into my asshole.
Okay.
And I know that it is I don't know if it's an addiction, but I'm sure that I would be a bidet addict where I'd be like, I can't wait to have my special moment.
Well, I use the wipes. It's called My Bidet, made by Kleenex,
Mm.
and they're basically baby wipes, and kind of like it's part of my daily ritual to like I it's hard for me not to go elsewhere but my house because I need those bidet wipes. Like if I had a bidet in my house, I definitely would look forward to and only try to go at home.
You know what I'm afraid of, man, is that if we are too reliant on bidets,
Mhm.
right? The time that we go to a place without a bidet,
Mhm.
we will have forgotten to properly wipe our ass manually. It's kind of like the idea of us not being able to do mental math. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's riding a bike. It's like riding. Like, of course, it's not a wipe your ass. It's very like primal. you know, there is one button on some bidets that literally translate as enema, right?
Yeah.
Have you hit that button before?
Oh yeah.
It's super strong. It literally is an
Yes.
enema. Like it goes,
Yeah.
the water shoots so strong that it gives you it basically anyway. Like if you didn't know that, those of you listening, like beware
I'm telling
of
you,
that button. Do not press that button if you're not prepared. It's
that's what I'm afraid I'm gonna get addicted to.
a clean anus.
Mm.
The sensation.
And yes,
Okay.
of strong water shooting right into the eye of the hurricane, so to speak.
Okay. That's fair enough. All right. So you don't want a bidet out of fear. For me, it's like I want it because I feel like it's the ultimate way to be clean. And
To me, it's like putting cocaine in front of me, man. You know what I mean? It might be an
man.
addiction. You know?
I have this thing about my having a clean butt. Like my even when I shower,
Mm.
like I don't I don't dry my butthole with my towel. So what I do, I dry my entire body except for the bungus, and then I end up like wiping with toilet paper. That's my last thing I do after drying my whole body. I'll take some toilet paper and then I'll pat down the area dry.
What the fuck are we talking about?
What the hell are we talking about? Seriously. Okay. We've been talking an hour now. I think we can wrap the show up soon. Oh my gosh. We went from burgers literally to bidets. I wonder what Gordon Ramsay thinks about bidets. Jeez.
Dude, like, I know we've talked about this in like very like early episodes of this podcast, but like there are still some places where they tell you to, after you wipe your ass, to not flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
But put it in the trash can.
Yeah.
Next. And it's because of weak plumbing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Clogs up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't like that. But what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna flush it down the toilet. I'll be like, sorry. 외국 사람 can't read.
Oh man, I one time I went to someone's house. Basically, it was just on land, like on some acreage, right? It was out in the countryside, and they were really stressed. Like they repeated it. Like this is like do not put it down the toilet. Like remember where you are. Like and so I think it's like a warning to, like, for foreigners, for sure, when they have foreigners stay, they always just don't stick to the rules. And so they have to repeat it to people like me. But I remember it being a serious problem.
Because I also feel bad for, okay, number one, like, obviously the trash can is closed, right?
Yeah.
In these places. But then when you open the trash can to follow the rules, you smell everyone else's shit. Yeah. Right? That's awful.
Gosh, yeah. Gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of plumbing, the comedy club has been suffering from, it's such an old building that, you know how it's been super cold for the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. So the pipes froze. And then when it was warm enough to expand, it burst in 4 different spots in the building. It's a 7-floor building. Yeah. So they had to find every fucking crack and whatever.
Damn, that sucks.
And so it took more than a week to fix. Now,
so you had to go to the Sarangtang place to take a leak there.
Yeah, and not flush, right? And then the other part is that last week, so all the plumbing was fine, but there's something leaking from the ceiling in the bathroom. So if you are to use the toilet, you probably have to take an umbrella.
God.
So
jeez.
So like shit like that is like making me go, oh, what is up with? And I'm not gonna say it's Korean plumbing. I'm just gonna say that some places need to step their plumbing game up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And their hand dryer game. You know, I'm not a fan of you putting a suwon that thousands of people are going to dry their hands on. You know, and a lot of the hand dryers that they have in Korea, the public places, like the American, the power of it feels like it's getting dry, right?
The accelerator, yeah.
Right. In Korea, you just have now warm, moist hands, right?
Yeah. Some of the dryers are literally just, you might as well just have a guy standing there going, to your hands, yeah. So
I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. Why is this? Who decided to make this product? Yeah. You know what I mean?
In the US, they have this thing called an accelerator, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I see it, I get really excited because it's like a blow, like a, what do you call it? It's crazy. It's like
putting your hand in a wind tunnel. Like basically, I can see the veins in my hands. Usually you can't because I'm fat, but then when I go, like it pushes down everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want that kind of oomph. You know?
I feel you though. I feel you on that. Yeah, the bathroom culture here. Yeah, it takes getting used to, or maybe not. You never get used to it. Um, yeah, man. 10 years. I've been here 10 years, man.
I know.
I don't. I don't. It's not a bad thing. Actually, I've been here 11 years. Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Years.
So why did you fucking throw out a huff and puff like ugh like?
Because I still am not used to the bathroom culture. Like I still, I don't have a shower curtain anymore in my bathroom. And to this day, I squeegee the floor after each shower. I have a squeegee, and it's definitely just something I do and no one else does in the house. So
Right.
But yeah,
Why don't you just put? I mean, I know you're not going to ever change the squeegee move, but if you put a few more bathroom slippers,
yeah.
Then you won't get fucking soggy socks.
I mean, the bathroom slippers are wet too. So what the fuck?
I mean, don't use them for the shower. Use them to walk in and out for other shit.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. It's just something I've never really figured out. And so, yeah, I think that's why I sighed just earlier with the huff and puff.
Hey, so you know how when you don't go to the U.S. for a long time, like for example, if you didn't go to L.A. for a while, then you would be like, okay, I'm gonna have some tacos or In-N-Out or whatever, right? When you come back to Korea, I mean, when you're in the U.S., what's the one, say, food or like thing that you go, oh, I'm gonna eat this shit as soon as I land? Is there anything like that for you?
No, I didn't really. Yeah, not really. Not anymore.
Yeah.
It was when the first few years, the first 8 years maybe, I would make it a point to go get In-N-Out if I was in LA. In New York, it would be like egg bacon cheese breakfast sandwich.
No, I meant the other way around. You were in LA.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't have soju at all when I was in the States. I remember having soju. I was really excited to get that again. I know they have soju in the States, but like I'm not gonna pay extra for it. Like I'm very petty like that.
Right.
That samgyeopsal, I think the samgyeopsal game here is better. And then fried chicken. I just like the fried chicken at the Shijang fried chicken. Not even the Kyochon or anything like that. Like I like getting the 2 mari for 1,000,000 and just eating that straight up, no salt, nothing just by itself is really good.
Speaking of chicken, I finally realized how amazing Kakao Talks, they call it Giptkun, right? Where they send gifts, where like coupons or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're so amazing because like in a pinch, like after a show, me and the comedians were hungry and it was past 9, so we couldn't go to a restaurant, So we just ordered food. Like and all but all of us had
a free stuff.
A free chicken, a free large pizza, a free whatever. So like over the weekend, we all just basically was kind of like, let's empty out our giptkon.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is awesome.
That's
you know what I mean?
We all had something. What would be funny if you film like a skit where everyone contributed their gifts from Kakao.
Yeah.
And there's one person that's like, what's that?
But you know what? Like that's like we ordered 3 chickens and 1 pizza per night.
Damn. because they're very popular people. That reminds me,
No,
I have next time you're in the office, let's use. I keep having to reset or push back because you can. They have deadlines or what do you call it? Expired. Uh, ex, they expire those things unless you
mm,
tell them I want to extend this another few months. I have this pudetjjigae that I got gifted that I keep having to push back. Let's order that pudetjjigae next time.
yeah, we like the idea. It's not to show off. It's not Pokemon cards where you're like, I have all these coupons. You have to use them,
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta use it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have one that's annoying, but I'm grateful for it. But somebody sent me a chocolate milk, like on there,
Why
and
did-
I get this notice every now and then. Hey, you haven't gotten your chocolate milk yet. I'm just like, oh man, like what do I do? Do I just like let it expire? But I always like it's only like 80 cents for a chocolate milk, right? So why do I
do
keep
you
like resetting it?
do you feel bad that you're not someone gave
Someone
at the
gave
end of
it
the
to me.
day,
Yeah, I
someone
do
gave you
feel bad.
80 cents.
Because normally when you get those gifts, what I do is I take a photo of it when I actually use it or get it, right? And I'm waiting to take a photo of that chocolate milk and send it to the person and say thanks for the chocolate milk, So, but I don't know, it's stupid.
If someone gave you fucking 80 cents worth of gifts,
Mhm.
I know money is, shouldn't be valued that way, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it's a waste of data.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. It's the thought that counts, I guess. It's like,
No, but like to me, like what was interesting was that it was Tongseng's birthday recently.
mhm,
And since we can't see each other due to restrictions and whatnot,
yeah,
and he just moved into a new place in Puchon. He bought a place. And he loves wine. So he bought like a wine, what
fridge.
do you call it? Fridge,
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about wine. So what I did was I sent him $50 worth of Hanu,
Okay.
I was like, that goes good with wine, right? Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like those are the types of things that I think is something that a lot of foreigners
Mhm.
don't take advantage of is the use of all the cacao apps, Cacao Pay, Cacao, all of it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even our friends,
Mhm.
even a friend who is an avid listener of cacao of Noonchi Podcast, huh? I was like, hey man, like we went somewhere and I was like, let me cacao you. I don't have that set up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I
So
can't get Kakao Bank to work. Screw that shit, man. My wife couldn't do it either. Like she was like, "Oh, it's easy," and then she tried to do it, and the key point, the reason why they can't do it is
mm,
because my name, you can't. My bank account is in English, and you have to write it phonetically in Korean, and there's no way to, uh, you know, make that work within Kakao Bank.
mm,
So it sucks when people try to essentially Venmo me through
right.
Kakao, or I can't, or they want me to do that for them. I can't. I gotta like do it old school, like and get their bank account number and do the yeah, I don't know, the old school shuffle.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad that like my bank app doesn't require me to pull out the fucking the code
The code card. I have to do
the
it.
code. I don't have to do it anymore. My
Why
app
not?
doesn't. I don't need to do it anymore. It's just
Damn, I gotta still do that crap all the time.
really.
Yeah, and I gotta.
Uh,
I have to take a phone call. I have to press a button, wait for them to say, "Is this a correct amount that you want to send to Danny Joe?" And then I have to write. They're like, "Press 8," or and then I gotta press that, and then I got to do all this crap just to send you freaking 30 cents. I don't know.
no, because like like there are establishments that don't take any cash or credit cards in Korea.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like So the only way is a bank transfer.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was there's like a legit pojangmatcha next to the comedy club. Legit as in like it's a orange tent. Yeah. The plastic every night the tent folds up, whatever, right? But they don't take cash or credit card.
Yeah.
You have to bank transfer to their whatever, right?
Yeah, recently I've been to one of those pojamachas actually. Yeah, so
and if you have to pay, Bob, you have to fucking pull out the code card picture to be like first digit of 16 and the last digit of 32.
Yeah.
And then you could do all that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's I would not go to those places anymore. So
yeah. It sucks.
Bob, you've been here longer than I have. How come you're not connected like that?
I don't know. I just I'm like a part of an older generation. I think just like I can't assimilate. What's the word? I don't know.
You're not that much older than me, man.
Yeah, I'm just old enough though, where I'm just kind of like unwilling to, change. I'm cold, by the way. Let's call it a week. This week it got really cold in here because I had to turn the heater off. But I'm gonna pull my little bitch move and and say we'll see you guys next week because I can start. I don't know. I can see my own breath now.
You don't have to pull anything. You've always been a biatch.
All right, see you guys next week.
Later.
Later.